Hello, hello. We're back with the fucking. Hold on. No. Okay, there we go. We're back. We're back with an Ace Attorney, though. Last time we were on the Forger. I should have saved it. No, not that one. Not that one. Oh, yikes. Right there. There we go. Did I even save it? How long has it been? Because I know I haven't been not been playing this game since like a few. Okay, it was. Whoa! Whoa! It's been a while. I have not. I think I'm pretty much. I forgot what's going on this game though. I know this is the last episode. I remember it. I'm on it, but I just don't remember anything was going on once I got caught up to it. So that's yikes. So I might be a little rusty on this game now. Okay, it looks like we finished the game already. We finished the part, yay! Now we can end it off the stream, I'm just kidding. But it is what it is, we got it to the next level, or next chapter, what we call it. May. May? I guess she's not here though. I can even hear myself.
What?
I can hear myself in the VC.
Oh.
From your phone, duh. Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Fall asleep again. I don't know if you know, but I'm streaming right now. I guess so. To read all that. Okay, so where does this exactly leave us, Apollo? Well, the Drew Misham who was killed. Wasn't Drew Misham from the Forger, basically. Well then, who was he? Well, he was actually doing her nails again. Manicure. At a time like this, your dad literally died, woman. Why are you doing manicure? So you really made those forgeries. Yes, for father. I knew it was wrong. Can you tell how it happened? My father was a painter. I loved painting ever since I was a child. One day, father saw it in me. He saw that I had that talent. The talent for making forgeries? How should I know? It was not only painting I made. Given the materials, I could make anything. Anything? Father was so proud, and I'm so happy. But in the end, I was making those forgeries. I have never heard of good constitution nor personality. I know very little of word outside of my door. Now, because of me, Father is... Do you want to know about this red envelope? I remember that envelope. It was some time ago. So you were already creating your works back then. I started when I was only 12 years old. How old is she? 19. Okay, 7 years of experience. That's not really bad though. But shit, dude. So, the one who figured out this... So, oh shit, it's Apollo. I keep fucking up the voice. There. So the one who figured out the stamp was poisoned, that it was. Mr. Justice. Mr. Justice, it's time! To the courtroom, please! Right. Shit, out of time. Wait, Farah, just one more thing, please. Those 3 paintings in the studio. Oh yeah, about those paintings. I painted those as part of my work. Right. See, we checked them out and we saw that what was underneath. We saw the rough sketches underneath the three finished painting. That is true. And coincidentally, all three of them have some reference from the previous case in this game. I see. Mr. Justice. Yes. Father, he knew of you. Of both of you. Your late father? He was watching, gathering information, all about the Right Co Law Office. But lately we're not doing just law. Yes, you do tricks, gags, to amuse and play piano. Well, they're not really gags. Yet you do tricks, gags about amuse to play pianos. Fuck. Yet when father heard you have resumed the legal business. How pleased he was. Who was Mr. Misham? How am I supposed to know? What if he was Daddy's dad? I don't like the way to say daddy every single time when Tracy say it out of her mouth. Judging from the relative ages involved, I say it's highly unlikely. I mean, that can happen though. Ever heard of teen parents, Apollo? Things are already confusing enough with all these daddies running around. Sugar daddy. Bum ass daddy. Old daddy, rich daddy. Art daddy. Psychopath daddy. Everything kind of daddy. We know what the victim's daughter, Vera, was a forger. But what does this mean for the case? I guess we're about to find out. Oh boy. We're gonna have another long session, and then the next one we're gonna have another investigation. Court is now back in session. Oh my god. I miss voicing Judge though. Vera seems pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Perhaps you could begin by telling us how it worked. How did you set up this true mishap forger persona? Somewhere right there. There's that stare again. She's drilling more holes into my head. I know it's hard for you, but hey, he's a handsome guy. What's hard? Very well, miss. If you would. Did you really make those detestable forgeries? Uh-oh. Perhaps you would rather answer my question. Were you the one who painted that painting, that remarkably similar one? Ah, yes. I painted, yes. Father praised me quite highly of it. So, she was the one who made the forgeries. Yet she did not wish to reveal the truth of their operation. I guess maybe not. So the victim was a stand-in, a decoy. To the world at large, he was the forger, not her. I have done a bad thing. I have, haven't I? Regardless, we need a little more information about, for instance, this. You have seen this before, yeah? Yes, it was in the desk drawer. Very well, you may proceed with your testimony. Tell us everything you know about this envelope. What up? I've seen something for a moment. I just got a voice line. Hold on. Okay. I was going. I'm just seeing some voicemail from what I got just now. I just saw. Anyways, I created things and father sold me them. This envelope came in after my first work, and that was other than the painting. Father handled the deal, all of it. I received the stamp that was in the envelope. It was after the job that we moved to a current studio. He always start with the every single time when a witness finished their testimony. There certainly was much of a great interest in your testimony. Not that the witness realized it. Very well, begin with the cross-examination. Right, okay. I need more information about this forger. This Drew Misham. Drew Misham. I kind of don't understand the context of the Drew Misham. Oh, I'm gonna... No, I don't think I have it for this. Nothing that she's holding or... So these things you were marking are... You mean painting identical to the other paintings, right? The closer they were, the happier father was. I was happy too. Still, you are quite young now. I don't like the way you say it like that, Judge. But when did you begin at this work? My first painting sold when I was 12. Your Honor, she had no idea what she was doing was illegal. I mean, 12 years old, yeah. Easy there, little attorney. You're not here to defend her for the court for the crimes of forgery. True. Please tell us more about this envelope. We're not here to talk about your painting because all that shit was irrelevant. It's just your father glazing the shit out of you. Anyways, continue on. This envelope may very well might have killed your father. Cause this could be assassin threat. Alright. This envelope came after my first work that was other than a painting. By another... What do you mean? Yeah, you mean you have only done painting up to that point? Yes, but father had a realization. He noticed my talent extended to making things other than painting. For instance? For instance, letting someone had a written or fingerprint left upon the cup, or a signature on a document or the seal upon the letter. None of these makes her sound very innocent at all. The 100,000 grand, the 100 grand promised that in this letter was the start, the beginning of the new industry for Drew Misham. A new industry? The creation of the items to be used in the criminal proceeding. Forging evidence, in another word. Uh-oh. That could be a sign though. Father handled it all. I mean, that could be a sign though. So you didn't. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm starting to see things. I'm starting to remember things now. The context of this crime. So you didn't know how the things you were making were being used. Maybe for the first half, because I know there's a second half, because second half is always like the final. I enjoy painting very much. I think I understand. The Fräulein has lived in an unusual little world. Yeah, because she was pretty much isolate her. Well, her dad kind of isolate her in the small ass studio though. Can you tell us what happened on the paper that was in this envelope? Father signed them, but sent them back, I believe. Did he follow the instructions, send them in an unclosed envelope with the unclosed stamp? This is a rather important matter. Give me your answers, some thoughts. I received a stamp that was in the envelope. I thought that was like something going on. That was on the envelope, huh? Not that one. That could be the one. But I'll hold off for a moment. What do you mean you received it? Did I do something wrong? You didn't use that stamp because it was dangerous, correct? Deadly poison on the back. Atrocoin. A moment, her forehead. You can't force an answer upon the witness. Now then, perhaps you would tell me, Fräulein Vera. Why did you receive this stamp? Is something wrong? It was beautiful. Ah, you mean it was one of those commemorative stamps? Yes, I think it was. So, you didn't know about the poison? Was she actually? The most. I guess not. So the trap failed by chance, by mistake, thanks to this commemorative stamp. Quite the close call. It was after the job that we moved in the current studio. There's another studio? You mean you moved to where the current Drew studio is? Yes, we saw the very few people there. I began drawing pictures, books. This single job had tied with them to the criminal underworld. I think Mr. Misham wished to reduce their visibility in the world at large. When we had to meet someone for some reason, Father posed as the creator of the work. So that was the real essence of the artist, Drew Misham. You did the work, and he supplied the face. So, you really didn't know anything, did you? You had no idea how much danger you were in. I guess she's telling the truth then. Apparently not. About this commemorative stamp. Could you tell us more about it? Yeah, that's true. There's something much more detailed. It was very pretty, and more than... Yes? It was a picture of people I liked at the time. This is something new. God damn it. The air guitar. Apparently, we got some cross-examination yet ahead of us. Would you be so kind as to continue your testimony, Fräulein? She's gonna say no. Okay, it's a yes then. It's another update. The stamp was a picture of my favorite magician, so I kept it. Is there any magician appearance of the stamp? No, not that one. Okay, so I can't examine the... anything? Could it be? That could be the one. Magicians. But which magician though? There was like 4 of them? I love mystery things, I always have. Even though she fainted when she saw Mr. Hat. You're confusing mysterious with freaky. Yeah, Mr. Hat is a freaky mannequin though. Cause that man literally just spawned out of Trucy's ass. Father took me when I was very young. It was a very great show. I loved it so much. See? Isn't Magician great? Fine, great, yeah, sure. No need to get all excited. I don't even know if Magician is still relevant today though. If there's a Magician still around in 2025, I mean that's cool, but but it's just not popular like it used to be no more. And also, the Magician reputation has kind of been low-key been destroyed because of a certain magician in Kai's stream. Kind of fucked it up. But the magic trope we saw disbanded soon after. I was quite sad. Did she just say what I think she said? Magician trope? Now, where have I heard that before? Bro, Apollo, you can literally take a look at your right and then see Trucy is like, oh. I swear, Apollo will know everything and see everything, what connects everything in investigation, but when it comes to the court, it's like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. Like, bro, you are literally a lawyer for a reason. Lawyers are not supposed to be forget. I don't think this having you as my lawyer would be a good idea. It's like, I don't know. If only someone who control me knows what to do and pick the right answer. Otherwise, I don't get a penalized and then fucking pause and reload the game. Apollo, we're close. We're just a piece together, the parts. The deadly weapon in a card envelope. In the path it took that takes Drew Misham's life. Alright. So it's somewhere. Oh, not that one. Could it be? Shit. No, it's not. It's not that one. Alright, alright. Good, it may be. Not that one. Not that either. Like, you for real? Okay. What would it be, though? Nope. Nope. There we go. Okay, it is the magic ticket. Those magicians you like. Was it this bunch? It's gonna be a smiley face. Yep. Apollo, that's not a bunch. I see. Still, I have to wonder. Why include a commemorative stamp like that in the business letter? Good question. Well, pretty stamps are always better, and that you can't beat trope grammarly. But the whole murder plan was a failure because of it. Ironic, don't you think? Prosecutioner Gavin? Oh shit, we got him sweating. Prosecutioner Gavin? Grammarly? What's with Gavin? Might I ask just one question of this witness? What would it be? In your testimony just now, you stated this was your first work that was other than a painting? Oh, she's biting her nails. Please, tell me, what exactly did you make? Can I ask why? No! Answer the question! Now! Eek. Uh-oh. Gavin probably knows something. And he does not like it where it is leading to. Prosecutioner Gavin! Did you just scream at this little girl? Despite that she has a social anxiety? Shame on you! You're usually not the one who volume concerned me. Yes, it is unbecoming of me. I apologize. But I must know. Please, Miss Ham, tell me. It was a book. A single page in a book. A book? Please, be more specific. It was a handwritten book, like a diary. Oh, he knows. No! I don't know! Oh no. Something about this is gonna be a problem. Oh, what's wrong with Prosecutioner Gavin? He looks like he just saw a ghost. Miss Ham. This book. Was there the picture of the silk hat on the back cover? Yes or no? How did you know? Prosecutioner Gavin, the defendant is answering all of your questions. Stop badgering her. He told you nothing, has he? You soiled, sold, mentor, nothing. You're soiled, solid, You're soiled, solid, mentored, nothing. My own brother. Solid? Who? Phoenix Wright. Who else? Oh, okay, I guess it's Phoenix. Daddy? He never told you about the trial 7 years ago. we kept trying to tell him. He said, yeah, you're gonna have to find out later. Find out in the next 3 episodes. How about how he come to lose his attorney badge? Attorney badge. Oh my god, I cannot speak with a German accent. It was certain a piece of evidence that decided his fate, you know. A certain diary. On the back, it bore the mark of the silk hat. What? Phoenix Wright tossed it out of the profession by false evidence. And the forger who made that evidence was this girl standing right in front of me. And she was 12 at that time too. Vera, you must tell us. The evidence you made was used in a trial 7 years ago. Who asked you, Miss Ham, you to forge that evidence? For all of our sakes, who was it? I mean, it's still... The statute of limitation is still active with this court. Because every single time when there's a ace attorney, the last mission always comes with the current case that has connection from the previous case. Probably like years ago, or a case that is verge of reaching a statute of limitation expiration. We only met once. You met the client? Well, who was it? It was... What's going on with Vera? She's starting to look at Prosecutioner Gavin's face again. Yes, what? Is there something good about me? I remember clearly. I remember who gave me the book, the diary. Who was it? Choking. Vera. Damn. Just a stiff board. The devil. The devil, huh? The defendant Vera Misham. Condition. Unconscious. Examiners diagnose acute adequate poisoning. Oh shit, that's not good. She's poisoned. I don't like that. This ends the recording of the trial for the murder of Drew Misham. Vera Misham was, during the trial, poisoned by an unknown assailant. The dosage that was under the lethal amount sparing the defendant life. She is currently in intensive care and is not to be disturbed by any reason. Very simple case, at first glance, until it finally begins to show its true color. Oh my god, that is a nostalgia. The first Ace Attorney courtroom theme. Dun, dun. The long road to truth take us to the record of another trial. In some way, that was the starting point of all. And that is where we must go. all the way back from 7 years ago to find the whole truth. Are we really gonna play the... We already finished the to be continued already. That's crazy. So that means we are going to 7 years back to play as Phoenix this time. About how he loses it. Showtime. Showdown time. I lost. It's only a game of poker. A game where I played for a long time. And only lost twice. Who was the first? The man I killed off a course. Well, it seems I found some partner I've been looking for all along. Over a game of cards? Why yes, over a game of cards. That was how we met 7 years ago. 7 years early. Phoenix Wright final trial. Oh, we're playing as Phoenix again. April 19th. Hey, that's my birthday. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Okay, it's been a long time since I felt like such a rookie. Gotta try and relax. Even though it's just by myself, cause Maya's not with me. Let alone Mia. I don't think Mia ever come back after trial and tribulation. Ah, good morning, Mr. Enigmar. I'm sorry I have sprung on this so suddenly. I received the files from the previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I was not entirely sure I'm prepared. I understand, but I'm asking the impossible of you. Yes, well, you haven't really told me what really happened yet. All we did was play cards. Yes, that was enough. Actually, it wasn't, trust me. Oh, morning, Daddy. Oh, I'm so glad you came. Now I'm just starting giving her Joe Swans. Alright, Peter. Might give him a Joe Swansons. You okay, Daddy? They picking on you? I'm fine, Peter. As always. This old boy here to help me after all. That's the young man to you. Good morning, that's the cute outfit you have on. Thanks, my first show today after all. Oh, I'm sure it is. The heck is she talking about? Oh boy, huh? Me? Looks like he started. Here. Seems the fate clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in my life work, I give thanks. Farewell. What's this? I don't know, I just got it over there in the hall. Magnifique Grammary. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important. What's this? A memo for you for such? Not from the look of it. What's this? It looks like a page from someone's diary. I'll give it a read later. Even though I already just read it like not too long ago. Well, do you feel about the trial today? I love how he locked in. We'll get through of it somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutioner today is a new guy I heard. Ah, an easy one then, yes? I don't think... Every single time when they say they're actually new and making their debut, they're always goated. Like they're god tier. They're calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutioner office. Of course, there was one of those every year. The switching of attorneys just before the trial. I know it is a difficult situation I put you in. But, allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright. Yes. They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today. So do your best, but do not worry. First time a defendant ever gave me a pep speech. I'll do what I can. Oh. I'll see. I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to clear a verdict. Impossible? Yes. Isn't that right, Trucy? Yep, you bet, Daddy. My first look at the case was only yesterday, and the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest. Still, I'll do what I can for the sake of their... We got... I already got like a autopsy report and a crime scene photo. Damn, you got shot in the head? Holy shit. Single bullet to the head, estimated time death 11 to 11:30 p.m. Oh god. Seems the clock will make me wait a little longer, at least only less than 10 minutes remain. To all those who supported me in my life work, I'll give my thanks farewell. That... Okay, so there's a gun, and there's a paper of the diary, and then shot to the head. I'm starting to see the connection already. This is pretty much a suicide, isn't it? I believe the curtain will be lifting any time now. I'm in your capable hand, Mr. Wright. My client is Shadid Enigma, known to be the world as Zach Gremory, a wildly popular magician star of the trope Gremory. His mentor, Magnifique Gremory, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in the world in the golden age of the stage magic until he shot dead. And Zach Gremory is the suspect. Okay, so this is pretty much how it goes then. This entire trial starts on my fucking birthday too. Court is now in session in the trial of Shadid Edgamar. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Is the prosecutioner ready? I was just thinking, is this what all the fuss is about? A bit of a buzzkill, really. Buzzkill? Is this some kind of new kind of a crime? One of the worst. This is a trial, yeah? Oh, it's Gavin. Where are the sweaty palms? The pounding hearts? A Gavinist concert got 10 times the thrill than this gig got. Who were you again? Clavia Gavin. You know, to be honest, I kind of like the current one than this one. I don't know about this Gavin. Young Gavin. YN Gavin? No way. You can't be for real, though. I mean, how old is this man? Okay, so I guess he's... Can't remember the age. I came to get the party started legally, yeah? Gavin? Defense attorney Christoph Gavins? Figured I might blow more famous in this part of town. Clavier Gavin, lead singer of the mega hit band The Gaviners. Whatever happened to the Gaviners after this? You're out of your league, rock boy. Oh no. Phoenix lost his plot armor the moment he was very confident that he would win. Everyone knows when it's an early celebration you actually lose. I know what you're thinking. You're out of your league, rock boy. Shit, he got you. True, my debut single 13 years hard time for love went platinum overnight. But that's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah? Talkative, aren't you? I like your effective Euro rock accent, by the way. I'm just getting warmed up, her attorney right. Perhaps you are some kind of just to fill us in on this case. Ugh, baby. Act, baby. Time to call on an opening act. What was his name again? Ah yes, Detective Gumshoe. Hit it! Oh, Yo, Detective Gumshoe, my goat. Yes, sir. He a legend though. And you are? Hey, you're the one who called me up here, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicidal. I'm not homicide. I'm a homicide detective down at the picnic. Dick Gumshoe, long time no seen. Hey, you. Me? Today's the day, pal. Today, I win and you lose. I got confidence in my testimony today, see? What? You normally lack confidence in your testimony. Yep. Her detective, this is my stage. Ken the antics. Huh? All this, hey youing, and such. Hey you, pal. This is a girl. Pretty much like that. And I could care less about your history together. Oh, well, shit. That's kinda fucked. Very well, Detective Gumshoe, if you would. Please tell us about the case at hand. It happened 6 days back in a hospital at a general hospital. The fact that it was simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was patient, asleep in a hospital bed. The killer comes in, put a pistol on his forehead, and bam, lights out. Knock knock. Lights out. Go to sleep. Forever. Them, the facts. Not so long ago, the victim, Magnificent Gremory, was a famous man. He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were. Ah yes, the great magician. He retired years ago, though. Say the name Magnifi to one of my generation, and you be lucky to get a blank stare. Yes, though I'm sure the youngsters today knows his disciples even better. I dare say Trophy Gremory had made quite a name for himself. Anyhow, the retired Magnifi has been in a hospital for the last year. What was it? Male ignorant tutor or something. Doing all this liver, I think. Yeah. Is it a male ignorant tutor or something? Okay. Doing something to his liver, I think. Yeah. A malignant tumor, perhaps? In other words, he had a liver cancer. He only had 3 months to live, in fact. Oh, so he probably got somewhere around stage 4, stage 3. Diagnosed with a malignant. Malignant tumor. That's what it's called, okay. The facts do seem simple enough, but something's not right. The victim was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. That's fucked, Gavin. So why not for him to knock 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 on the heaven's door? Why shoot him? I wouldn't even put it quite so lyrical, but it's true. Yeah, that is absolutely true. Like, why would you go far enough to kill someone who's literally on their deathbed in life? Why make an effort to commit a murder when the victim was about to die? That is true. Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes. Jesus Christ, first he had the liver cancer, now diabetes? Bro. Well, Gremory is not looking too hot with it. He does not take care of his health very well. I mean, yeah, I get it, he's fucking old. But shit, dude. In fact, he was about to shoot up with insulin. When he was shot in the pistol, the syringe was found at the crime scene. Yeah, right there. Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was clearly at the end of his life. Used an administrated insulin shot. He has been washed and show no sign of use. I believe the question before us is clear then. Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man? What reason could he have had? Very well. Oh, detective, perhaps you can enlighten us with some to those circumstances of the shooting. Yes, sir. I did not know May was here. It was already gone. But any whoosies. The circumstance. Actually, the victim was kind of ordered of the defendant to do him in. 3 days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. The defendant did what it asked of him and was shot the old man in the forehead. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. The pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. What? You saying the victim ordered his own shooting? Those are the facts. I have here the letter in question. To my beloved Zach, to you I entrust. Ah, shit. I couldn't read it fast enough. What does it say actually? Very unusual indeed. To my beloved Zach, to you I entrusted the task of lowering my life curtains. Come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m. I'll ready a gun with which you will shoot. 1 shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Although, could such things as such a letter could really be the one to pull the trigger, I wonder. Although, could such things as a letter really cause one to pull the trigger, I wonder. I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter. Ah, you cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Detective Gunshoe, can you... Gunshoe, like... Okay, oh my god, I cannot speak, bro. Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court? Unfortunately, even the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir. One thing bothers me about this. Why did he just say 11? Why have him come at 11:05 without some specific reason? The devil is in the detail, her attorney. Well? Well? Is there some reason? As it turned out, there was. Every night for a half hour, starting at 11 o'clock. The victim, Magnifique Grammary, was given an IV. An IV? Yeah, the one right there. There it is in the picture off the side of the bed. At 11 o'clock, a doctor will come to set up the IV. 30 minutes later, he will come back for the empty bag. This happened every night without fail. So as this was the only time they could get meat without the chance of an untimely interruption during his IV. Very well, shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination if you would. What's this reason he could refuse, I wonder? He could have at least mentioned it to me. What you got? Just because he got a letter doesn't mean he went through with it. Oh, I disagree. The victim was indeed shot in the forehead after all. Just how he commanded. Could be a setup. But let's not be such in a hurry. Maybe we should let the witness talk for a change. Don't bow. Fine. I can play it with the slow as well as I can play it fast. On with the testimony, Detective Gumshoe. And this letter was sent by the victim. There it is. Gotcha. You're all mine this time, pal. Huh? I had a handwritten check out. Of course, it was a victim, no mistake. Ah, I see. Ha 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 ha. Score 1 for the boys. I didn't lose, I was just ascertaining the fact. So why am I so annoyed? But, A letter ordering your own death? Things aren't what they used to be, I guess. I'm sure this is exactly commonplace even now, Your Honor. So anyway, guess I'll keep on going while I'm ahead. How can you be so sure? Alright, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think of for yourself. Get that noggin cranking. That is ironic coming from you, bro. Always rely on Edgeworth so many times. Francisca, Edgeworth, and I don't know about Gatto, but still just mostly those two. Even Manfred von Karma. You fail to grasp the concept of questioning, detective. First, we got this letter. See? It says shoot in the forehead. Loud and clear, pal. I can see that, but I still wouldn't do it. Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal. You literally cannot be very independent yourself, Gumshoe. You always rely on the prosecutioners do the work, though. That's the assist. Goddamn lapdog. Come on now. You fail to grasp the concept of shooting people is bad, detective. We also found the defendant's pistol at the scene. The trace of gunpowder residue shows it has fired recently. Well, Mr. Wright, as far as I can tell from looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecutioner's claim. Kinda does. Photo, maybe there is something I can use. So they're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead. I think there is a hole in the prosecution's argument. Clearly, Mr. Anglin. There is shot something somewhere there. Looking at this photo, another possibility occurs to me. Yes? What does the letters tell us? That the defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse if his teacher wishes. Bingo, pal. That's why the defendant popped him on the forehead. Oh, the defendant disagreed. You see, the defendant had another choice he could have made. What? How could you prove that with this photo? I can prove it with he had a choice, yes. The defendant might have fired like he was ordered, but he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what did the defendant shoot? I mean, it could be right at the syringes, or the fucking pen, or the book, or the insulin, or the IV, or his actual head. It's maybe the other head. The clown's doll? Take a closer look. See, it's been shot in the forehead too. Ah, there is a hole in the forehead. Yes, a hole in the prosecution claim. Huh. And I suppose why you have a reason as to why he shooted the clown doll? He didn't just shoot the doll. He shot the doll's forehead. His forehead. Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shoot square in the forehead. One shot in the... Which is exactly why he did. He shot the doll square in the forehead. The defense has raised an intriguing possibility that the hole in the clown's forehead definitely looks like it was shot. Olive, send someone to investigate this matter. I admit, I'm impressed, but I expect nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim. Perhaps he did have to shoot the forehead as ordered, but the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his order without taking a life. The bullet holes in the clown's doll forehead does demand an explanation. It might very well be a clue, yet Prosecutioner Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocence. Okay, You cannot say for sure that the defendant didn't shoot the victim. So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is for to see the mighty fall. How's it sad to see the novice overconfidence? That's tough. But I think this is pretty much Phoenix. But Phoenix is pretty much a novice when taking an actual L in the court, though. Because this was his first only L, though. I think in his entire career. I don't know. He probably win and lose some from an off game. He doesn't realize just how big this little hole is going to get. Detective Gumshoe, please take this newfound fact into account as you continued your testimony. So what if he shoot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal. So let me get this straight. You're saying my client shot the clown, didn't shoot the victim? Alright, not a bad summary, pal. More of a confirmation than a summary, but whatever. That is really more of a confirmation than a summary. But our defense attorney seems pleased enough with himself. Do these people ever miss a chance to mock me? Well, now that Mr. Wright has gotten that out of his system, shall we continue with the testimony? I didn't have time to gather all the detail before coming in here. This testimony might be my only source of information. Better pay attention and read this letter carefully. Could it be? Ain't no way this is suicide letter. Is the answer though. Okay, maybe not. Wrong answer. What? It's not? Oh, okay. Okay, I got a wrong answer. So what if he shot a clown? He still shot a victim. Yeah, it's there. Oh, already a gun to which... Okay, so he got that one. It's not it. A few days before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own victim. Nope, not that one. I I don't think it... No, it's not that one either. I'm not sure as I follow. Because I stopped playing this game for the last couple of months. 2 or 3 months. Because I was focusing on college. And also other games too. Alright, hold on. Let me see the statement. So you let... Oh shit, I did not mean to press that. Ligament tutor in the liver has progressed to the final stage with no hope of recovery. Patient has 3 months to live. Patient has chronic diabetes. Requires regular insulin. It's not that. Is it really not that one? Really? I did not know that. Okay, this might be really bad. Because I do not know. This all belonged to it. The bullet fired and find no doubt about it. The defendant asked him to do shot the old man in the forehead. A few days later. To you, I entrust me the task, lowering my life curtains. Come at it, I'll be ready to get a gun to which you will shoot 1 shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Oh my god, really? Damn. Okay, I am pretty much ass though. Is it really not the right answer? Oh my god, Jesus. This is supposed to be just a mini court. Like it's like the first case. Like you don't need to investigate anything. All the evidence is just giving it to you, and I'm struggling like shit with this. Lost a bullet from the bullet wound. No malignant tumor was found in the victim's liver. Alright, is there something? I always hated getting shot. I guess Magnifi was giving himself an insulin shot. There's no way I could do that. Wait. If Magnifi used this to inject his insulin, why is there no trace of that being... something to keep in mind. Am I missing something? Is it like no fingerprints or nothing? I can't, like, we can't... Oh my god. I don't know. Oh my fucking god, what is it? I don't know. Jesus Christ. Okay. What would it be? That's the thing. What is it? Hmm. Oop. You mean this pistol one in the crimes photo? Do I have to like crisp? That's the one, the funny looking gun, there was no mistaking it. We compared the bullets taken from the victim's skull to the bullet from this gun. This rifling marks has a perfect match. So you verified the murder weapon in another word. You bet we did. So are you certain? What a pile sand has your head has been stuck in this time, pal? You never heard of Zack and Valorant quick draw shoot 'em up? What's that? One of the defendant's specialties. Oh, that one. That tragic event. Zack, Valorant, and standing either the side of a girl. Then they shoot. But the bullet don't hit her. Instead, they hit everywhere else on stage. This was one of the pistol that was used in this on the show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it. I don't think any kids would love to see a pistol, regardless of the design. Many boys and girls joined the police because of that pistol I heard. You know, that would explain a lot of the police force. Trope Grammar has stopped doing that a while ago. The old man held on that pistol ever since. The court would like to hear this pistol in question. You got it, sir. Here she is. What? This is truly a blast from the past. It's a stage pistol for a magic show, see? You can fire real bullets. It looks much bigger in the real life than on the TV. Yeah, it can only be held on one round. By the way, the pistol firing chamber is empty. And if the show is traced to firing recently, so any fingerprints found on the gun. Since none of us in this fucking spread never wears a glove, so it pretty much is already contaminated our fingerprints. Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might have some lack of fingerprints is, in fact, a fingerprint of its own. Aha! Intriguing point and well made. Whoa. Not well made, not intriguing. In another case, the court accept this evidence. My grandchild will get the kick out of seeing this. They're gonna become a police officer the next 20 years, if I'm still around. But now it's time to return our testimony. Oh, it's just I never got I got the right testimony, I just never got the right evidence yet. The trickiest case often seems the simplest. Prosecutioner Gavin, have you missed a bullet hole in the clown's forehead? If you haven't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand? Yeah, but like I just said, pal, after he shot the clown in the forehead, he went and did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol was proven he could not. The murder weapon? How? The same murder weapon that you just showed it to me? We gave it to you? And 15 seconds ago? Ah. Who'd have thought that the evidence was just a creation of our... Fuck, the creation of backfiring. It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time. Oh. Even if he shot the clown in the forehead, he couldn't have shot the victim too. Yeah. Yerg. That's not a contradiction. Not even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol and after the first shot. Oh? Where do you get the extra bullet? They're not so easy to come by, you know. If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it. I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. No, this party is just getting started, and I haven't proven anything yet, beyond my good looks and startling record sales. And an utter lack of humility. Oh, what's this? It seems the prosecution has another witness prepared. Like I said, her detective was part of the warm-up act. Oh, damn, that's absolutely tragic, bro. Nah, put some Gumshoe respect on his name, bro. I swear, Gumshoe is always like the first in line of the witness testimony, though. The Gumshoe slander will not be tolerated. Yep. Oh god, though. Gumshoe's goated. Now that the audience have gotten the taste to what it comes, they're ready. Ready for what? For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who will find can prove one thing for us. That's Zach Grimley, who shot the victims in the forehead. Very well. We will pause a 15-minute... Oh, shit. 15-minute recess. This might be my lucky break. I'll need that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach. Court is adjourned. We just completed 3 stories already. Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say I expect nothing less. We're only just begun. I was hoping you could tell a bit more about what happened actually. I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Better if you discover the truth for yourself. I always think of you, you know. I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night at the hospital, what really happened? Ah, the way your eyes gleam, my Mr. Wright. You scared Trucy. Speaking of which, where is she? Have you seen the problem yourself, the letter? The one shot in the forehead. One, right? Yes. The reason he speaks of. I could not deny my mentor's wish, even if it meant for my own death. Why not? There's something I will not say for now, at least. What's this for now? A business? I have done many things in my life. Well, some well, some poorly. But this is a cross that we must bear alone to our graves. We? The fuck you mean we? I don't speak French. You want to know about the night of the incident? Finally, this guy sure likes to take his time getting to important stuff. Of course, I have no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at an appointment time and found it upon there's a bedside of tables, 2 pistols. 2? Yes, the one I used on stage and the one that has been used by my partner Valant. Oh, for the Zack and Valant quick draw thing? My mentor had a look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sounds of his breathing. Then I took the pistol onto my hand. I cannot deny my resolve faltered then, for a moment. You faltered it? You mean you thought you were about to shoot him? Thought about shooting him? You mean you thought about... Recall, there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though not his first. So there were other requests you couldn't refuse before. To be honest, I have not always been steadfast, and I fear I brought pain upon Trucy. Was Magnifi correcting his disciples somehow? Just what's going on in Trove Grammary. Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shoot the clown. I took the pistol and I fired and placed it in my pocket. The pistol right there? I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you will find it to be different than the one in my mentor. What were they called? Rifling marks? Yes. Very well, that is what I have to tell you concerning the case. Concerning the case? You mean that there's something else that you can tell me? Ha ha ha! You're a fascinating man, Mr. Wright. Thanks, I guess. Yes, there's something. My mentor, his eyes open. Wait, what? Magnifi Grammary? The old devil. He was not asleep, you see. Of course, the gunshot has been woken up anyway. And we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion, maybe 5-10 minutes or so. What did you talk about? Ha 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 ha, Mr. Wright, did I not just tell you? It does not concern in this case. Zack Grammary, he seems pretty steadfast to me, or maybe just stubborn. I don't like the way how locked in this man's face it really is, though. Jesus Christ. Mr. Wright, your president's request in the courtroom. Once again, I'm in your hands. Right, let's get back in there. Courtroom number 7. Court is now back in session. During our recess, a bullet was found in and dug out of the clown's head. Wow, this is new. And the rifling marks? There wasn't much time to do detailed analysis, though they did find the weapon type matches the murder weapon. Well, that's not very conclusive, is it? Which is why I'm about to call up my very decisive witness. You're a decisive witness? How many times have I heard those words? Though they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think. Yeah, he's not wrong though. Oh, don't worry, my count. I'm quite confident that this witness will do the job. After all, he's intimately acquainted with the players in our little production, being the other half of the Troop Grammary famous duo, Zack and Valant. Valant Grammary. So we get to meet the great Magnifi other disciple. Oh God. Perhaps we will start by asking your name and occupation. Montgomery. Magician. And you're the decisive witness, are you? Judge, I'm pretty sure, just like Phoenix said, how will you be so surprised if this man is a decisive witness? I'm pretty sure every decisive witness are either look scary, goofy, or just normal. Can you prove your fellow students? Your partner guild? Right? The grand illusion. Filled with traps. They're jerks. Wait. The shooting took place at the hospital after 11 o'clock at night. If you're a witness, does that mean you were there that late? If there are one to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes. Okay. I always get the characters, don't I? I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, my witness received this. That looks very familiar. Wait. That's the same letter Zach Gremery received. Yes, or perhaps I should say, ta-da! Oh my god, look at those white boots. Gross. The 1980s white boots still. Order, order, order! And what does it say? Surely it's not the same thing. Perhaps you should see for yourself. 11:20. Why, it's practically the same. No, not really. Hold up. 13. It's the time. The time is different. The court accepts this into evidence. This is most unusual. Exactly what's going on with you folks? What exactly was your trope grammary up to? Yeah, the trope grammary has been whatever the fuck going on. By which you mean? I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would kill his ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less. It's 3, but I'm pretty sure that the third one is already gone. It's just like my opinion, her judge. But from these letters, I say he was correcting them, not asking them. We walked the magician path together, and in so doing, shared with much of our life. When people are so close, there is strain, a wrapping of our relationship, you might say. Yet there is nothing to do with the case at hand. By which you mean you're not going to tell us. And which makes me even wonder about this reason they couldn't refuse. Well, let's get on to testimony for starters. The defendant, Zach Gremery, stands accused. Tell us why. Oh, I'll do more than that. For where he walks, the red roses arise, singing hymns to the miracle that is magic. Fascinating, though I hardly need to remind you that the evidence could clearly point to you as a suspect, the letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found in the scene. In fact, there's only a difference seems to be designated time. Every time the magician knows, timing is everything. Yes, now it's time to get this party fired up. Normally my voice would start to lose, but it's only an hour and 30 minutes. So pretty much I already lost. Cut through half. Oops. That night, I visited a hospital room at the time Magnifi requested. The smell of the gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor has taken in his final blow. I did not imagine my fellow students might have received the same instructions. Yet a deal with the deed. A deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss. I give it to the clown. Then I informed the doctor and the police. So you're the one who reported a crime? Indeed, I would think. This in fact alone would clear my name of suspicion. Let's not jump to any conclusion. Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusion to this court. But if your testimony proved to be true, then the defendant, Zach Gregory, is guilty. And if it isn't Zach Gregory, then the killer was you, Valant. And no disappearing act will get you out of that. And which, according to the letter, was 11:20 p.m. Indeed. In magic, the timing is everything. Right. Considering the illusion of teleportation, if I were to appear on stage before my stunt double has left, how would that look? Why, it would reveal the very secret of my magic. Now that you revealed the very secret of your magic for all of us, let's move on. Oh shit, he kinda did. You went at the designated time, and what did you see? The smell of the gunpowder and hung in the room, and my mentor has taken his final blow. So you weren't worried for your own safety after all. I mean, you smell gunpowder, yes. What if the shooter was still nearby? Oh. I did not consider this, to be honest. It is forbidden for a magician to have a good imagination. Really? Isn't magic all about illusion and imagination? How about this? You were the shooter, which is why you weren't afraid. Something about him. Now, you're the one imagining. Is it forbidden for a lawyer to have a good imagination? The witness will refrain from pausing so suspiciously before responding. My forbidden imagination is starting to imagine things. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instruction. Well, I mean, both of you guys are literally share the same mentor, so I won't be too surprised that you guys will be given the same letter, which is only different. The difference is the time. Which brings us back to the reason neither of you could refuse. So it does, and my partner did not refuse. But Magnifi wrote the same thing to you. Why could you refuse if Zachary couldn't? Because I have a will of steel, of course. I also do this trick where I bend a steel bar, so perhaps steel isn't always so strong. So which is it? Mind if I continue? Yet the deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss, I gave it to the clown. I don't know about that. There were 2 bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. You're saying the one who shot the clown was you? No doubt my partner Zach has much the same thing. Yeah, because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed a murder. I began to dig around here a bit more and see if I can turn up. Mr. Valant, let me ask about something about the concern of it, namely. Concerning the crime scene, namely. What was it? Oh, I remember the numbers of the pistols. How many pistols were there when you entered the room? By which you mean what precisely? That's right, because the pistol itself can only carry 1 pistol at a time. So which means, no, 1 bullet at a time. So which means that is either Magnifi got a spare part, but that is a fucking stretch for him to have that. Since he wants to die, he only need 1. And he wanted point blank, so there's no need to get 2 bullets. And the pistol only carry 1 bullet. So which means there has to be 1. 2 pistols were used in the Zack and Valant quick draw. Shoot him, correct? 1 for each of you. You're well informed, yet only one of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. What did Zachary tell me back in the lobby? Of course, I have no intention in shooting my mentor. I snuck in his room that night at an appointed time. Okay, I'm sorry. It just sounds like the Kitakami's mom. The plum. Oh no. I found that there's upon the bedside table 2 pistol. And I took the pistol and I fired it up and placed it in my pocket and I whooped that clown's ass. Okay, and now it's start to become Austin 316. I see no problem with that statement. The only 1 pistol is visible in a photograph of the crime scene after all. So you picked up that pistol and fired it. Indeed I did. Alakazam. Alakazing. Alakaboom. Is the number of the pistol really important? It is. The number of the pistol is quite important, Your Honor. Very well. Please add this detail to the testimony. What can I do but obey? Only 1 pistol was in the hospital that night. With it, I shot the clown. So Yomi took the only pistol there and fired it. That's correct. And that pistol was this one, which was left at the crime scene. Good show, I see you too. Are a magician of sort. And you're an idiot of a sort. Okay, sassy. And do you have any idea what you just said? I see the fire in your eyes as you glare at the witness. So how about heating up this trial a bit with these slow ballads bore me? I got a hunch, but maybe this is all it is. Maybe I should ask about something else. The bullet of his. Oh, okay, there's still no need. 1 second, let's just run this testimony for a little longer. Then I informed the doctor and the police. So you informed the police, and what did you do? What do you suppose to do? What do you suppose I did? Use my magic to levitate my mentor's corpse, perhaps? I don't know, that's why I'm asking. Now please answer the question and skip the sarcasm. After I made my report, I called a doctor and we returned to the room. While we waited for the police to arrive, we discussed its stomach medicine. We have confirmed this with the doctor. It all checks out. He praised Mr. Valent's knowledge of the stomach medicine, in fact. It is an honor that I do not deserve, but I accept. Both Magnifi's students received the same letter, both admit having to gone to the hospital that night. 2 bullets were fired, and one of them killed Magnifi. Time to find a crack in his testimony. Is it really this weapon? According to the defendant, Zach Remery, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on the table. 2? One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it in his pocket. Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown that we must assume, our defendant has some brains in his head. That's ironic. Well, what about Mr. Valent has told us? You see, there's something about this testimony that doesn't make sense. What might that be? I told you, I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown. That's your story at least. But a rifling mark tells a very different story, Mr. Valent. Recall what Prosecutioner Gavin told us. We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull and the bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullet were a perfect match. Ah. Mr. Valent, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victims in the forehead. Order! 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 Well, this is rather sudden. What did I have done? What have I done? Prosecutioner Gavin? I owe the court an apology. Sorry. Sorry for what? You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of rifling marks only proved the type of gun that fired them. But that's not what you told us before. You said verify the murder weapon. Which is why I am apologizing to you now, quite sincerely I might add. Would you hold accountable for the mistakes made in my mouth? Man, fuck no. That was just this morning. I am still young. And I might add it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted he took the 1 pistol from the scene of the crime. How old is this man? Oh shit, he's a minor. You know, Phoenix, getting your ass kicked by a minor would be very embarrassing though. I mean, Francisca was almost a minor, but she was straight off 18 though. But losing to a minor is insane. A prosecutioner. I don't think you're even meant to be a prosecutioner once you're at that age too. If the defendant only admit that he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we wouldn't have this pleasant discussion now. Valent Gremory. Yes, Your Honor. You were presented to this court as a decisive witness, but you are proven to be more divinative than a decisive. Divinative. You'll see in time. The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next. Care to elaborate, Prosecutioner Gavin? When Mr. Valent entered the hospital room, the victim has already been shot. As his next testimony would prove, heard it right, the real fight is about to begin. Bring it. Bring it, slut. Very well. The witness will now testify in the court. Help us determine who shot what. Who shot you? Like the Pops. Like Notorious Biggie. Who shot you? Who shot what? I arrived in a hospital room at an appointment time which says 11:20. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in a doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. And the only one in the room at the time was my partner, not me. That don't make any sense though. Those times are rather close, you have to admit. You're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To use a 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibis. It's easy to explain in this situation, her judge. For example, take our debut hit single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love. Cue to the song, press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes 15 seconds. Do it 100 times and the result is the same. The debut single was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long. What a ripoff. Well, at least it's not better. At least it's much longer than the normal SoundCloud rapper's song though. I mean, back then it was like a minute. Barely a minute song. Magic is the utmost precision. Hocus pocus requires admirable focus. And the time of death determined by the doctors there is incontrovertible. truth. Incontrovertible truth. Very well. The prosecution warned us that we're dealing with rather precise times, and we can expect a cross-examination to require the same level of perception. I expect much from you, right? I would hope the defense refrained from the customary board, sweeping accusations, lest we blur the focus. This case so clearly demands. Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in a penalty. Oh shit. Carry on, Mr. Wright. Carry on. Right. Falsified evidence, huh? That's what it said. 11:20. Can you prove what? That's when you arrived? Alas, such a feat may be beyond even the great Valent. For though there is no one in that room but Magnifi, and he was departed after a fashion. I have here defendant Zach Ramirez swore deposition. I snuck into this room in the night at the appointment time. It was 10 minutes before I left the room, and the victim was still alive. The timer indicates that the letter to Zach was 11:05 p.m. Exactly. Which means that the witness could have not entered the room before 11:15, because that his partners was still in the middle of this crime. I see. Someone did their arithmetic homework. Arithmetic homework. You see, the defendant himself has corroborated corroborate. Oh my god, I'm not good with English, by the way. Never was. Corroborate the witness testimony. Does that make all sense? Does it make sense though? Alright. For newcomer. I don't see any problem with that testimony. If you say so, let's continue, shall we? Something about the most magical things of all is the truth. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation and called in the doctor. You walked in on a murder, and the first thing you do is shoot the clown? The disciple does what the disciple must. The mentors request without a reason and have caused me for surfeit of sorrow. For what would I, Valent, be now without him? May the soul of Magnifi the great find of greater peace above. This I muttered to myself, and I pulled that lonely trigger. In any case, I believe this is nothing more than what we have already learned. I'm still waiting for one of those right mentors, her authority. May I remind you that this is a baseless remark that will earn penalty. Proceed with that in mind. Yes, Your Honor. What a pain this has turned out to be. The examination by the body before the police arrived. Did the doctor say anything concerning the cause of death? Why, yes, I believe he screamed. My God! He has been shot in the head. It doesn't take a doctor to notice that. I probably would have screamed the same thing. And I would have penned the requiem that arose in my soul at that horrid sight. Whatever happened to the good old-fashioned investigation? A normal investigation is never a thing in an Ace Attorney universe. In any case, I believe this is nothing more than what we had already learned. I'm still waiting for one of those right moments, her attorney. May I remind you that the baseless remarks will earn penalty. Proceed with that in mind. Yes, Your Honor. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10. I don't think I'm stepping out of the limb to say I have some doubt about this. How could a doctor be so precise with a time? We do usually only get an estimate time of death, true. I'm not sure I have ever heard of a verified time of death. A magic reveals and making of complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction. I see another person has done their arithmetic homework. The point here is the IV the victim was taking. It's quite visible in a photography of the scene. Yeah, you can see it right there. Ricardo, what we have heard about the victim Magnifi Gremory's schedule. Every night at 11 o'clock, Magnifi took the IV drip for 30 minutes. I can see the IV bag right there, yes. Now, take a little closer. Follow the tube down from the bag at the end. Ah! The needle has been removed! Doubtlessly, it fell out when he was shot. It would have seemed to be the case. When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drip. Ah! Could you measure the remaining IV liquid? Precisely. The IV liquid functioned for our purpose as an hourglass of sort. This is how the doctor determined the time of death. From the amount of remaining of the bag, it was determined that the IV has stopped 10 minutes after administration began. Approximately 10 minutes after passed since the IV began. Okay. So it was when I, Valent, entered that room. 10 minutes have passed since the horrible crime was committed. And this is the proof. Well, Mr. Wright? Did that seem very important? Oh yeah, that is very important. Well, we see how it is the biggest clue we have to the time of death. I say it's very important. Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold, the power of arithmetics. Okay. We love math here. Don't we, Mr. Wright? Prosecutor Gavin? Mr. Valent? Don't we all love it? We all pass. We all take arithmetic pass in our time in college. Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony. Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. He literally just said that. The water of life spring not eternal. The remaining IV liquid proves my innocence. You sure about that? Did you notice the IV yourself by any chance? When I first entered the room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead, and then his left arm I spy a rose drooping and wilted. Its thorn, its discarded IV needle. It knocks from the vein by the force of the shot, luckily for you. But if the IV has not been there, why you might be a suspect? Indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color. Your lucky color? Indeed. Even today I wear it proudly upon my suspect self. It's always, without fail, brings me luck. That's gonna be ironic. Why, when Zack and Valent won their first Magician Grand Prix. Yes, the very one held by Association of International Magician. This is a world-class tournament for a magician. I did not know that. I don't even know if that's actually a thing in the real life. I was adored in this attire then too. Our trophy. A bust. A busty ass. Ah, what a good day that was. This is one trip down to the memory lane no one needs to know. My lucky color, yes indeed. And that IV too. Wait, what? IV's color yellow? Yeah, there's already a contradiction already. Yeah, you're cooked, buddy. That does seem to be the case indeed. Very well, Mr. Wright. Any thought about this testimony? Valent sure looks happy with himself. Okay, how about this lucky color testimony? There is a contradiction. It sounds like your lucky color brought you plenty of luck, but not this time. Mr. Valent, your lucky color betrayed you. I'm afraid you lost me. Your Honor, your witness testimony just clearly contradicts the evidence. What? No way! How could you be so sure? Please recall my warning at my beginning of the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Baseless accusation will be duly penalized. I do hope that this latest accusation is well-based. Don't worry, I got all your base right here. Very well, let's hear the defense claim. We're sure there's evidence that contradicts what Mr. Valent has told us. The crime scene. The crime scene tells us all there, Your Honor. The photo of the crime scene? Ah, all this talk of cutters has yearned me for black and white, clear-cut simplicity. Tell us, Heard of Right, just where's the contradiction in this photo? My pleasure, and I assure you it's quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black and white. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What in this photo contradicts the witness testimony? It's right there. He said his lucky color is yellow. It's green. Valent Grammary, let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. It's yellow, yes? Kinda take me the mystery out of it, but yes. Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright? You don't fuck with yellow? Might as well change your attorney badge into blue then. Yes, there is. Decisively wrong, in fact. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene. What's this? Confusion, doubt. Tell us what do your elder eyes spy? Even my elderly eye spy can see the problem here, Mr. Valent. Look at the IV bag. What's this? What? Foul magic. I don't think that shit is magic, bro. It's just you have a colorblind, bro. It would be hard to call the IV liquid yellow. And I'm afraid no magic was involved in taking in this photograph. And if there was, we call that photobomb or Photoshop. Alakano? Order, order, order! What does this mean? This is some kind of mistake. Yes, Miss Prosecutor Gavin. Your witness mistakes. The greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Valent Grammary, as you reminded us several times, your lucky color is yellow, but the IV is clearly not. Well, answer the question, bitch. This contradiction means only one thing. Oh, the music stopped. I don't like that. And to think you almost had me. I see your true color now. Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. Yup, that is me. And also the game itself. Technically, not in this trilogy. Something you like to tell us, Prosecutioner Gavin? As far as this court can tell, the witness testimony does contradict the evidence. Yes, a contradiction. One thing I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright. How do you mean? How? Because the witness had made no mistakes. I'd agree at a glance. The IV liquid does appear some sort of greenish yellow. Like lime green? Lemon lime color? But I assure you, the liquid itself is quite yellow. Yellow liquid? How could you say that? As far as I can say, I can tell from this photo it's green. But what color is the IV bag itself? The bag? You mean the plastic bag on the hook? It does look like, I want to say, light blue. Precisely. Figured it out yet? Oh, the color mixture. I put the yellow liquid in the blue bag and you get green. This, incidentally, is the liquid true color. I see. Your explanation does have the ring of truth to it. Wow, what a fucking plot armor that Valentin gets. As I thought, there's no substitute for the experienced prosecutioner, Gavin. What? You may tell a good tale, but you just proven something rather grave for you, that is. Grave. The liquid in IV is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that? That is true. It was already blue initially when he first saw it. It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So let me ask, how did the witness know the IV liquid was actually yellow? Alakazam. Order, order, order! Mr. Wright, you explain this at once. Because why? Everything is going so much. I can't even comprehend a sentence no more like I always do, regardless. The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid. So I'm sure it means something, but what? I can tell only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness, Valentin Gremory, has testified that the IV liquid was because it looks yellow, or he's seen it before, or he knew the IV color. Choose, is it maybe he knew the IV color? I mean, he's seen it before, he knew the IV color. I think it's pretty much the same answer though. He's seen it. In fact, before, the answer is clear. The witness knew that the IV color was yellow. Why? Because he's seen it before. But not the inside of the blue bag we've seen in the photo. He saw the liquid by itself and clearly a colorless bag. I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear to what all this means. Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at the hospital? That's where you find your meaning, Your Honor. Has Valentin ever worked in a hospital? I'm afraid I find nothing. So what if he knew the IV liquid color? Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our teeny bopper fans, y'all. The IV liquid was only evidence proving the time of the death. A 30 minutes hourglass and 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. Your claim, Prosecutioner Gavin? They were putting an IV piss in his body, bro. 10 minutes. I remember it well. However, there was a critical difference between an hourglass and IV bag. What? Wait, I know. An hourglass used sand, but IV bags use liquid. I'm right, aren't I? Yeah, you're pretty much right, Judge. I think you pretty much. Just a fucking few second thinking. As much as it pains to me say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sand, though, in hourglass, IV liquid enters the patient's body, which means the point of the magic, it disappears. However, what if the amount of IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way knowing how much went in. Yeah, just because IV can be refilled. Let me get this straight. Heard it right. You're saying that the witness watered down the witness IV bag. Not with water, but an IV liquid. That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow. Now wait, I said wait. How might an amateur such myself perform such a task? I am an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup. Oh my god. I love Phoenix sassiness, bro, sometimes. I'm afraid that there is a quite big difference between a cup and an IV bag, quite. Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat? He has a point, amateurs. I, at least, would have had poured some difficulty pouring IV liquid into the bag. You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face. He added liquid to the IV to throw off the time of death. I'm tired of... I think he kind of misspelled to say tired. I'm tired of these fairy tales lacking evidence. Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to Earth? Yeah, we do. Valant Gremory, I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in the life of crime. Might I ask, what are you strongly suggesting? Magic relies on props, and props becomes evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. All he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was... Use an administrative insulin shot. Has been washed and shown little no signs. The insulin syringe. Oh shit. Because it was washed. The victim's syringe is a perfect prop for the magically increase an IV trick. And easy enough to amateur to use. Oh, because... Stabbing it in. What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, not a trace of liquid in it. And you don't find that odd, Prosecutioner Gavin? What? The victim had a syringe administration in his insulin shot. There should have been a trace of insulin left inside. Well, Valant Gremory, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect cloak. One that you could manipulate at will. Alakazar? Leviosa. It's Leviosa. I do not like this. I do believe well with this being his first. And that the burden of this trial has been a little bit too much to bear for Prosecutioner Gavin. He looks pretty calm though. I'm afraid that while there's a doubt of the amount of IV liquid bag in that bag, the time of death cannot be proven. And that brings our trial to a close for today. Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. Do a little much needed investigation work. I see there's no objection. The court is... Well, shit. Oh, shit. Will you stop interrupting me every single time while I'm about to say court adjourned? Truly, there's no substitute for the experience. Nothing blinds of one of the truth so effectively. A word to the wise. Underestimate the young, and they will sweep your feet from under you. And another, in a way you would never ever expected. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking. What's he talking about? You say the witness used syringe to manipulate the level of IV liquid, but there is no proof. There's no proof he didn't do it either. Yes, quite true. He's admitting it. Nor was this witness quite such a decisive as I hoped. This I'd admit. After all, why linger in the past when the future holds so much? You have something in mind, Prosecutioner Gavin. Proof, her judge. I have another way to prove my case. With evidence, no less. What's this? This is the victim's magnific Gremory's diary. Diary? After going into the hospital, Magnifi begins writing his memoirs. It seems. The story of the birth, his startling debut, and of the meeting of his disciple. It seems he attended for the last chapter to end, quite appropriately with his death. Wait, that book doesn't say what's the reason, was it, does it? The reason why his disciple couldn't refuse his last request. Sadly, it does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently, the victims wrote his journal that night, even after IV has begun at 11 p.m. Let's read, shall we? It does appear that he has written it before his death. Tonight, IV's is in. Maybe it'll last. As I leave the rest of them, the first should come soon. This journal might end here, or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. All that is left to me is lay down this pen. The court accepts this into evidence. Read the very last part of the particular care. No clues here. Tonight, maybe last. I may leave the rest to them. The last page ends here. Huh? What's this? It looks like a page ripped out. Well, now, isn't that interesting? It depends on it. All is left mine is to lay down this pen. Okay. Oops. Anything else? Let's see the back of it. Nothing there, pretty much. This journal may end here or it might go on, but it's not long. That depends on his hand. Of course, by his. He referred to our defendant, Zach Gremory. That would make sense, yes. He was the first scheduled visitor after all. But look what he said before that. This journal may ends here, or it may go on. It may goes on. Magnific Gremory intended to write again. That is, if Zach Gremory didn't pull the trigger. I see. The defendant understands the meaning of this. The victim's diary does not go on, it ends. Because Magnifi's life was brought to the end by the defendant, Zach Gremory. But Valand is still here. I thought he was taken away. Order! 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 Prosecutioner Gavin! Are you certain that Magnific Gremory wrote this? There is no mistaking his handwriting. Very well. This does seem to be sufficient. According to this, Magnifi did intend to continue his diary. Yet, if his diary ends here, which is plainly it did, then the one who pulled the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Gremory. Well, how would you like me now, her to write? Still too green to your taste, He's right about the diary being pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe that he overlooks such an obvious problem with his precious evidence. Oh, Mr. Wright. Oh, we're gonna show that evidence, huh? The one that Trucy gave me. Well, Mr. Wright, the witness testimony we heard was lacking. But put it together with this evidence, it seems quite suffice for the case. If the diary is accepted like this, the trial's over. Maybe it's time for me to show something else. We're gonna show that evidence. I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence. What? No way! Are you really gonna? You have some evidence that overturns the diary? It's not too late to rethink this and avoid more embarrassment. Cause either way, you're gonna get more embarrassment either way. Incidentally, don't even think of showing us this diary. I have shown it to the court. Now we have come this far. I hope you have something a little more decisive. Show us the evidence that proved the victim continued writing his diary. Alright, I'll be happy to. The decisive evidence proving the diary didn't end with this page is... Right there. First, take a closer look of this diary. Note has clearly been ripped out. What's this? I haven't noticed that at all. That's why we're still here talking about this. Oh shit, dude. As it just so happened, I have here what I believe to be a missing piece. Alec, I don't believe this. Looking at this page, it's hard to imagine that the first visitor that night shot Magnifi Grammary, and the defendant that's the defense position. Wait, let me see that. What, in Sam's Hill? And I don't think anyone ever says that. I never heard anyone says that. Why? This is a continuation of the victim's diary. It appears to be that someone actually did it. I don't like the way Gavin is snapping his fingers, smiling too. Note of the torn edge of the page. It is a perfect match with the torn remains of the last page of the Magnifi diary. Quite remarkable. Would you explain to what this all means, her attorney? The diary continues after his first visitor came, which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Gregory left, leaving no one to take his life but the second visitor, Valant Gregory. No, I didn't do it. You want to see the America, Japan, the Mexican, Denmark, all that? The handwritings too match that on the other page. This is without a doubt a genuine article. Oh my god. Order, order, order! But wait, that's impossible. That old man couldn't have written that. Oh no, that is a very silent handbang. Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, her right? Resist what? Presenting a solid evidence? Her judge. Yes, prosecution Gavin? Might I request we put a current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. But prosecution Gavin, this evidence overturns the current witness. I ask only to put it on hold, please. My new witness has very, very important piece of testimony to give. 5 minutes, no more. I promise, Your Honor. I knew you deserved to be. Well, if you put it like that way, Mr. Wright, what's your take on this? Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, We'll have to hear this new testimony sooner or later. Sooner or later anyway. Oh, and this is where your downfall begins, right? So it might as well be sooner. Then, though this is highly irregular. We will put this current cross-examination on hold. The witness may step down. Without prosecution Gavin, please bring this surprise witness to the courtroom. And the downfall begins. I had a bad feeling just then. That ripped out page was too obvious. He must have known. Yeah, I thought you would know the moment he said finally. And I should have known it was a bad sign all around. Holding trial with no audience is at first, even for me, Prosecutioner Gavin. I beg the court understanding. But I had to make I made a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony. Judiciary deal? The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say. I thought it would be best to contain the information to this room. Very well. And you are a witness, I gather? Yes, sir. State your name and occupation for the record. Oh, my name is Drew Misham. I'm a painter. You're somehow related to this case? No, really, not per se. I have one question for this witness. Mr. Misham, was it? Do you know what this is? Oh, yeah. I knew it well. How's that possible? Have you seen this diary page somewhere before? Oh yeah, I mean, I made it. You what? You made it? Yes. I might call it one of my works. The prosecution office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach Gremery. Illegal evidence? I initiated an investigation and found this witness. A painter to the world at large, Drew Misham has another side, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproduction of certain things. Forgeries, in other words. Forgeries? Wow, so we are to understand that this page here is a fake. Perhaps a certain defense attorney. Hold it. I didn't prepare this evidence. Attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume. But what is he saying makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix Wright. Witness? Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Who was your client? That... I don't know. What? Most of my clients prefer remain anonymous, even to me. I make the items they made and receive my payment. That's the extent to my contact with them. But there's no proof that this is fake. It's a fake. Huh? To avoid such sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works. I can say without a doubt, this is mine. And the downfall. We were defeated. Phoenix Wright took an actual first L. Mr. Wright, you have just presented illegal evidence to this court. My court. I would not allow that. It was careless of me. That's all I can say. Oh, old boy. Yeah. Just here. What's this? I don't know. I just got it over there in the hall. He told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They say it was really important. Someone gave it to her. Someone gave the forgery evidence to her. It was a trap, a fatal trap. Which means that Phoenix lost the court. Even before it started. Mr. Wright? Yes. Do you have any explanation for yourself? If I did, would a court hear it? Probably not. Forging evidence is a serious crime, and presenting it in the court is a serious mistake. A fatal mistake for an attorney. Fatal to perhaps your client, I fear. Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one. Your Honor, wait. I understand that presenting forged evidence in the court is a serious crime, but you cannot hold my client responsible for the action I undertook as an individual. I am sorry, Mr. Wright. Your Honor? Another close call, I dare say. But if the prosecutioner's office hadn't received that hot tip, everything that would have gone the way you wanted to, yeah? I even gave you the chance. Too bad you decided not to think before embarrassing yourself. I see no need for further discussion on this matter. Special witness dismissed. Mishap, you can go now. Mr. Attorney? Yes? Could I ask your name? Phoenix, right? Mr. Wright, I have seen and studied many people, but none like you. I'll remember you, Mr. Wright. Mr. Mishap, you can go now. Though I am deeply regarded of having a declared verdict in this way, this trial's over. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must... Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Zack? There's no need... There's one thing I wish to make it clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible. I'm afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I most certainly have the authority to declare the verdict on you. Except, tell me, how did you plan announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist? Doesn't exist? What are you talking about? I am talking about this. Oh, hell no, he running. Mr. Engard! Oh shit, nah, we got a runner. Oh no, bro is gonna have another charge. We have a runner. No way. The defendant escaped. Find him, quick. Boliv, close all the exits for the building. Bro's literally got 3-star on his ass already as soon as he hit the jet. Bro probably did a 40-yard dash in 3 seconds. On the double, he must not be allowed to escape. I'm pretty sure his ass is gone now. That day, in that courtroom, a miracle occurred. The defendant, Shadi Engard, aka Zach Gremery, did not just escape from the court. He literally just escaped broad daylight too. He literally unbelievably vanished. Right before the bailiff's eyes. And he was never been seen again. No one ever saw... Oh shit, I guess he would. No one did. No one ever saw him again. Not since that day. This is Zach Gremery miracle. Ha ha. Gremery miracle. Ho 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 ho. No verdict was declared. That's a funny way to end of the most serious court. A very key point story of the court though. After all, the defendant didn't exist. That's how it happened. The trial of Magic Zach Gremery vanished along with him for all eternity. The mysteries that remain behind all solved, however, but not until 7 years later. And just like that, we gonna end the stream right there. I mean, yeah, sorry I'm not streaming longer this time though. One, I'm kind of a bit tired, and I think we've been here quite a while now. Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna end it off the stream right there now. Whew. It's nice to play that game again. I feel like that was kind of a bit quick though, from those few episodes. Okay, so this only last two, the one investigation and then the second trial, which is might be the final. Oh, it is good to be back at that playing this game though. I still need to finish it though. And when am I gonna come back to play Ace Attorney? Probably next 2 or 3 months, or probably around when the semester ends. Probably. I don't know. Whenever I feel like it to come back to play. So yeah, I got really nothing much to say really though. So I got till next time. またな。